hardest part is not the hardest part is not being able to spend time with him like I should a normal child. I know it's bright.
I mean, how do you explain it? Epilepsy has completely turned my life around. You know, it's a completely different lifestyle, completely different. My son was born with epilepsy. It was completely unexpected. You know, being a new mom, you have all these expectations and hopes and dreams for your child, and none of that, you know, you kind of got to play it by day.
You got it. Kick it. Kick it. Kick it. Good job.
You know, instead of going to the park or going to, you know, fun birthday parties or water slides or something like that, we go to doctor appointments. And we have, you know, blood draws. You know, we have stuff like that. We don't get to do all this other stuff that other kids get to do. I want him to experience all the things that I got to experience when I was a kid. I want him to experience, you know, life, everything. And my biggest fear is that epilepsy is going to get in the way of that. Because he deserves nothing but the best. He deserves nothing but getting to be a normal child, getting to be funny, getting to be happy, getting to be silly. And he should be able to play with finger paints, and I shouldn't have to worry about him putting it in his mouth. And that's something I have to worry about because he doesn't understand, because his development is lacking because of epilepsy.
Epilepsy is a misfiring in the brain. We have electrical currents that follow along the neurons in the brain, and there's normal firings, and then a seizure is when things misfire.
You want some drink? Okay. Well, how about you have some... Oh, you okay? How are you feeling? Oh, Luke, you okay, buddy? Can you hear me, buddy? Buddy. Oh, buddy. Cass! 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 I need help!
Some people describe it as like a firestorm in the brain where, or like a tidal wave, you know, you have all these little waves and then all of a sudden, you know, there's this big tidal wave of electrical activity, and it can affect any part of the body. It can cause the entire body to have a seizure. So that's the ones that you tend to see in the movies, the generalized tonic-clonic seizure, where they're laying on the ground and, you know, the whole body's involved. Those are the big scary ones.
It's okay. It's okay. You stick with this, buddy. Come on.
Luke.
Okay, Luke.
And kids with epilepsy don't just have epilepsy. I mean, you know, of course, some kids do just have epilepsy, but a lot of these kids have other chronic health issues as well, or comorbidities that go with it.
Having a kid with epilepsy, you're so routine. You know, it's medication, it's sleep schedule, it's appointments, and you have to work around that. You know, fun is still in the routine. You have to plan it out, and it can't be anything that would be dangerous or cause a seizure, or, you know, the weather can't be too hot or too cold, or, you know, you can't be around sick kids that could cause sickness.
I had a patient the other day share that her brother had epilepsy. It was not treated. He was sitting on a bench waiting for a bus to pick him up and had a grand mal seizure, fell off the bench into the road and was actually hit by a car. So these are things people don't think about.
I think that if epilepsy was more out there and people knew more about it, I think it wouldn't be so scary for people that weren't around it. I think we wouldn't have to fight insurance so bad to get the things that my son needs and to get them when he needs them. I think if epilepsy was really out there, we would be able to get the funding that we need to get the monitors and things that we need to keep an eye on our children, to give us a little bit more peace.
So monitoring devices definitely play a role in keeping patients safe. They have the potential of alerting parents to a possible SUDEP situation, but the biggest struggle is that insurance doesn't cover them. They don't pay for monitoring devices. They'll pay for an ER visit. Some of them will pay for an ambulance ride. They won't pay for a monitoring device that could alert you to be able to intervene quicker and prevent more significant things from happening. So as a medical provider treating epilepsy, what keeps me going is seeing these kids seizure-free for a month, for a year. It's amazing what we can do. We talk about all the bad stuff, but there's good too. I mean, this is something that we can often control almost completely in some patients, in a lot of patients. And I think as a provider, especially in pediatric neurology, that is really what keeps me going, and I know keeps a lot of my colleagues going. There's potential to really change lives, and we do on a daily basis. And there's more potential if we had more money going to research.